Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Today I have two items that I bought offline and I wanted to do a review on these two items. Now, one I got from eBay, the second one came from a very special website. Now, I know what you're thinking, it is not a sexual item, it is an appropriate item for kids, adults, for anyone of any age, it doesn't really matter. So, I decided to get these items. Uh, Actually, this video was supposed to go up on Thursday, but actually, surprisingly, they both came here at the same time earlier yesterday. So, let's go ahead and do the review on the items. I have, like I said, two items. They're very small, very not too big items. So, we're going to start off with the kind of not so exciting one. We'll start off with kind of a boring one. And, I mean, to me, they're both really exciting, but you'll kind of understand. So we'll start off with the first one, and then we'll do the second one last. The second one kind of has a little bit more detail to go into it, but I'll show you the first one. Okay, but I'll show you the first one right now. So the first one is I bought the exact same, well, yeah, pretty much the exact same bag that Estelle Getty used in the Golden Girls, the exact same handbag she had in the show, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and I'll show it to you right now. So check this out. This is the exact, almost the, well, it's not exact, but it's kind of close to the same bag. It's got in her bag on the show had only one well, I guess kind of one set of beads, not a second one. So this is kind of like a double add-on. But this is the bag that Estelle Getty used in the Golden Girls, and it has a, kind of has a it's pearls. It's like I guess kind of pearls. I guess kind of supposed to be that. So anyway, but they're plastic beads. So anyway. This, if I had my nails, this would work for ASMR, but I don't have them. I cut them off. So anyway, so check this out. So this is the bag that Estelle Getty used in the Golden Girls. She used this when she played Sophia Petrillo, and she'd carried it on her wrist like this, on her left or the right, and I'll post for both. Don't worry. And oh yeah, here's the bottom of the bag. Has these two little brown. What are these, like straps, I guess? I don't know. Oh yeah, and let me show you the inside, and let me show you how you open it with this little lever right here. Push it open, like so. And you open it up. And there's nothing inside. I don't think I'm gonna keep anything inside because it's just gonna keep it to it's a two separate thing, but it works. And this is the bag that she used on the show, that Estelle Getty used on the show and playing the Golden Girls. Now, now, if you're wondering to yourselves, every time you watch the Golden Girls, why did Estelle Getty have a purse with her? Well, she said this when she was interviewed by a really fat pig, and her name was Rosie O'Donnell, and I don't like her. Anyway, it was when Rosie O'Donnell's show was on the air, and she asked Estelle to come do her show, and she went to go see, this giant fucking beached whale on national television. So anyway, what Estelle told Rosie was, or this pig was, she said, a lot of, when older people are displaying, displaced from their homes, they have to have their stuff that's, they have to have the stuff that, that they have with them. And so the bag is kind of it's kind of like their personal belongings, like their phone, pictures, memories. And so this was not the real bag, but an exact replica of her bag that Sophia used in the show, that Estelle used in the show. And the original bag, I think it was sold to Tony Bahamas, I believe so. I think it was like after she died in 2008, so I believe it was they either took it in 2008 or 2009. I don't know where the original bag is, where she had everything, but it's somewhere. And then but it's somewhere. I think Tony Bahama bought it, if I'm correct. I don't remember, but anyway. So what did Sophia keep in the bag? Well, she kept a lot of weird things in here. She kept, believe it or not, for a little old, for a little old lady, she was, playing, she's being an old lady. Here's an interesting thing. Estelle was actually, she wasn't that old when she played Sophia. Sophia was supposed to be around 80, 90, 95, 80, 84. And Estelle, pretty much, she wore a wig and had wrinkles. I swear the first time I saw her, I thought that it was all real. I didn't know she was wearing a wig at all. But actually, when Estelle has the wig off, she's actually, I believe it's kind of brown, kind of gingerish hair. But she did the role so well in the show, and so that's pretty much it. And she carried on this bag the whole show, would fall into the Golden Girls, into the Golden Palace, where she'd carry it with the bag. It became a tradition for her to carry Oh yeah, what she keep in the bag? That's what I was saying. You're right. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Okay, now I remember that. Okay, so in the bag, and well, the recent episode of Golden Palace, I watched an episode where Dorothy came back, and it was the second episode. Seems like old times part two, and an officer comes in and brings this bag to her, and she takes the bag, opens up the bag like so, opens the bag like this, opens the bag, and inside she lists off various things like well, one of the things that caught me off guard for an older woman, and I don't know why this was in her purse, but it's Sophia, so what do I expect? But she kept brass knuckles in her purse, and I said, "Oh my!" And I'm sitting there, and I looked at my mom, and I said, "Oh my God, a little old lady should not be carrying brass knuckles in their purse." And I don't. Now there probably are for self-defense, but I don't think an old lady should be carrying around brass knuckles at her age. Again, if it's for self-defense, I understand that. But her carrying that around her in her bag, that's crazy. So let's see. Oh, there's also she loves to. Oh, she another thing that Sophia loves to. She loves to steal money from Dorothy. She steals like pretty much the majority of the show. She steals money from Dorothy, or she asks for it. Okay, so she keeps brass knuckles. She keeps I think it was 101 toilet jokes. That was some things. I think gravy, food, anything in this bag she carried and she had it in there, and it was always a mystery what she kept in the bag. Do I think she probably kept? I was when I was at work today, and I thought I have a job. Yes, I work at Smart and Final, which is really nice. During the show, I was at work today, and I was out there doing grabbing carts, and I'm like, is it possible that maybe Sophia carried a handgun like in her bag? Or maybe like actually now I'm doing this now. Maybe a knife in her bag. I believe so, yes, but we never saw if she even had a gun. We don't even know. But she kept a lot of weird stuff in this bag. This bag is full of mysteries. It's like Mary Poppins' bag that she uses, but this is different. So anyway, so this is the first item I got here. This is, like I said, this is the purse that I still get to use on the show. Okay, now moving on to the second item. Now the second item is a little toy. And I got this because there's this YouTuber who I really like. I'm going to put everything in the description. So if you want to buy the bag or this next item, I'll put it on the description. So I'll put it all in the description. So the next item I will show you in just a moment. I'm going to kind of explain how I got this and why and kind of where this came from. So there's this YouTuber whose name is it's called a golden guy. It's called a golden and a guy, or guy and a golden, whatever it is. That's whichever one. I think it's the second one. And he has a little golden retriever dog named Teddy. Now Teddy is the most adorable little dog that you ever seen, and he has a big goofy smile on his face. And he lives with his 3 siblings, which are Rue, Archie, and himself. Oh right, I had to pick pictures. You're right. What am I doing? Pictures. Hold on. I'll show you what they look like. So just in case, before we begin, let me show you what the real Teddy looks like. So here's the real Teddy. There he is with his big old goofy smile. And here he is with Jonathan. Jonathan is his owner, and he's a real cool dude. And they're in Teddy's famous doghouse. Now, if you watch his channel on YouTube, Jonathan, their channel, and here's Teddy, Archie, and Ruby. Ruby's the one on the end, Archie's this one, and then Teddy's in the middle. Now, before I get to the item, I'm gonna just tell you. Now, go to their channel. Please subscribe and everything because they post a lot of funny stuff with Teddy and Archie and Ruby. They call her Roo for short. ROO. Yeah. So go check that out because there's so much fun. Anyway, so Teddy lives in this iconic doghouse. Oh, you know what? I can't. I'm making you surprised. I can't make you guys wait. I'll show you a picture of it. So Teddy lives in a house, a very famous doghouse, and his doghouse has been well, actually was just changed to a bigger place. So this is what his house looks like. I think this is the current version. Which one's the current version? Which was the current version? I don't know. Okay, well. Oh, sheesh. Okay, which is the current? Is this the current version of the house? I think so. Okay, so here's a kind of a TikTok image shot of Teddy's house. So there's Teddy with his goofy smile. There's the house he lives in. This is his doghouse. This has always been Teddy's, It has a little chimney that actually produces smoke. It's, I, I believe it's no, it is toxic to dogs. I don't know, but anyway, but his doghouse became so famous all around all over the YouTube, and it's such. Oh yeah, here's a cool picture. Here's an Instagram picture. If we can kind of see the smoke coming out of the chimney, which Jonathan built this with by himself. His set. The first time he built this with his dad, and his dad unfortunately passed away of cancer, and they had to just redo it. So anyway, so here's Teddy in his house, and he's got the little play dog magazine there. I don't know what's in there. Probably naked dogs, but I don't know what the difference is. I'm gonna see it like I'm gonna see it like this, anyways. So oh yeah, so yes. So I'm gonna get to them. So first, it kind of started off. It was a small little place. You know, it was kind of like this. It was kind of all, you know. And Jonathan actually said in the video that the house was falling apart. He had to change it, and so they finally redid it. And now he lives in a nice home with actually a nice bed with an actual fish tank with actual fish living in it. Has new fixed walls, fixed roofs. They redid the whole thing, and it was so cool. It's like a fun journey, and it's on YouTube. I'm going to put everything in the description. So Jonathan decided to, hey, let's build a plush of Teddy, and he did just that, and it came in the mail yesterday. And I want to show you guys and do a review on it, and it's a really cool thing. So let me show you the toy. So here it is. It's a little Teddy, and it matches his little picture. Hold on, let me get my phone. And it matches that big goofy smile he has there. And it says Teddy. So there they are. And I don't think Teddy was a collar because I think he's a golden retriever. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so this is Teddy. This is his big goofy smile. And here's his collar. Now, if you're probably wondering what are on his paws or his feet, well, I'll tell you what these are. These are literally called Teddy's tennies. That's a mouthful. And what these are actually shoes for dogs. And and if you want to, again, everything will be in the description. And so what these are is actually the little shoes for dogs to put on their little paws or feet or hands. I guess, yeah, these are the hands, these are the feet. That's how it works. So dogs actually do feel pain in their paws or feet or in hand or whatever, in their paws, the way we do when you step on like scalding hot asphalt or concrete. So he made these, and he put them on the Teddy dog plush toy, and it's super cool. And yeah, so this is the Teddy. This is him. This is what he looks like. He's super cute with his big old goofy smile. And actually, he's actually got a portrait. Actually, he has this exact picture I showed you earlier as a portrait in his doghouse. So, and his doghouse is human accessible. Jonathan can crawl into the doghouse and go in there. And hang out with Teddy. He actually, I'm not even joking. I am not joking. He actually does from there. I will show you. Let me see a picture. If I can find one. Oh yeah. So here's him, and here's here. And Teddy is very famous on TikTok. He's collaborated with other dogs before. So like I said, there's the house. That's Teddy's house, Jonathan, inside. So any person can fit in this big thing. There is an extra door. I know there's also a glass door I saw that Jonathan could use, but I don't know why he doesn't use that door instead of just hurting his back. He's a very tall guy too. Just go around the door and just don't need to crawl in it. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for today's video. But anyway, so this is Teddy. I love this thing. He is so adorable. This is so cute. And then Sophia's bag. Let's not forget this. So that's probably going to do it for today's video. So make sure you guys go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I will put links to everything in the description below. And I hope you guys like it. So again, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. And I'll see you next video. Love you, lot. Thank you. Thank you always. Thank you for always being a friend. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next video. Thank you for being a friend, and I'll see you next video. Love you a lot. Bye.